All right, my question to you now.
Okay.
So when you met your birth mom and birth grandmother and your sister, did you meet your sister at the time, Ruthann? How did all of that go? How did that?
It was nice. I felt like I'm not alone, because at the school I went to at the time, it was just white and black kids, and I was shunned by the whites and I was shunned by the blacks. I was either too dark for the whites or too light for the blacks. They didn't want anything to do with me. So I had like 3 female friends, and yeah, but...
And this is Jamaica, this is a school in Jamaica.
Yeah. It puts a piece of peace in my heart that there are others like me and I wasn't like by myself, because I think I'd asked my mom at one point, you know, what am I? Because I was being bullied for being, you know, of a lighter complexion by both people. So I was like, what am I? Is there an issue with me? Am I like, I was confused. So she had to, my mother looked very conflicted by my question when I had asked it when I was younger. I think I was in the 1st or 2nd grade.
Did they say you white like, or like, how did you know that the bullying was as a result of the color of your skin?
Because there were a couple white boys, I still remember their face and names, but I won't call them out. But they're like, oh, you're not even black, you're not even white. What the hell are you? That was one of the statements that stuck with me, and it really hurt. So that day I cried about it, and then I asked my mom. I don't know if I cried in front of her, but I'd asked question.
What did I say? Do you remember what I said?
I think it was either you or the help I'd asked, one of the 2 of you, and it was like, you're perfect, you're okay, you're you. So, yeah.
You know, when that issue came up of color, I must admit to you, I wasn't sure whether it was true. I don't know how to explain it, because growing up, I've never experienced in Jamaica color as an issue. And but I mean, since then I've become to realize that it is an issue, which is why a lot of people are bleaching their skin, because the color of our skin just seems to be a problem, and we classify people based on the color of their skin. And I mean, I've seen even clients of mine who destroy their bodies because they're bleaching their skin and they have terrible stretch marks and stuff like that, you know. And
I mean, a lot of the times when I was like younger, I would be like so angry when she didn't like do something about it, you know. But
me do something about it? We couldn't talk about it.
So much,
Listen, I went to that school so often. I was sick of that school. I was literally sick of that school. I was like, I am not coming up here one more time to address this issue. Like, I mean, it was either going to each child and their parent and calling them up and say, I mean, which I did do to 1 or 2. I didn't call them physically, but you know, it just never got. I think it made it worse, because some, you know, kids can be cruel.
yeah,
Like, little kids can be very cruel.
I think when I moved schools and I saw, like, when I got older, I would see little kids troubling other little kids. I would stand up for them. I'd be like, don't do that. I'd be like a big sister for them, you know, like that sibling that I did not have, because with my mother's marriage to my father, I had an older brother, but he was not, you know, there for me. So I tried to, you know, stand up for them in a way that I did not get that person to stand up for me. So it was very
So you're saying meeting your birth mother made the whole situation better?
No.
No. Oh darn. Gosh.
It just let you realize that you're not alone, even though everybody wants to make you feel like you are. There is somebody
Everybody
out
like who?
there. Even though there's people, you know, like kids who don't really know life yet. They don't know anything as yet. You know, they're young. They're basically not really dumb, but they're unaware of the reality of life, and they don't know that what they're doing can impact you in a harsh way for the future. So,
But what I always have said to you though is that at every stage in your life, you're going to have cruel people around.
yeah.
Like cruelty in this world is a standard, and you have to, all of us have to find ways to cope and to dull the wickedness that we're surrounded by.
Yeah, mom's a very. I think a lot of times my mom does not realize
Who,
that.
me?
I think a lot of the times
You okay? Which moms are we talking about? Okay.
I don't call my birth mother mom. I just.
Wait, you call her by her first name? Yes.
I call her Nadia as she is because I looked up her mom in a dictionary and she wasn't it, so I just didn't call her that. I just feel like you're really tough like a brick, and it takes a lot to break a brick.
I know.
But me, I'm like a sponge. You can rip a sponge very easily, and I'm really soft. Like a lot of kids in high school, if they heard what I just said, that I'm really soft,
They would
look
not
at me-
believe you.
They would look at me and
Because you're a
cringe.
thug in school.
Can you let me talk?
I'm letting you talk.
Let me speak. No, I'm very patient and be respectful.
I am respectful. I am listening.
I had to be
Tell them
tough
what
to
stuff you are.
survive at an all-girls school in high school. I had to be tough because girls are ruthless. If they see, girls are worse, mostly in an environment where it's just you guys compact together. So it's like you have to show that you cannot be bullied and you cannot be trampled over. So you have to toughen yourself up. So like I had that guarded exterior about me, and it took a lot for me to finally feel comfortable and able to trust a person enough to show that like, hey, I'm actually really sweet and kind and I cry a lot.
Yeah, you cry a lot.
Cry a whole lot and I care a whole lot. I think I went to a camp recently and I was there and a friend of mine, he fell sick. He was really, really sick. And I was out of my mind. I was like, Mom, I don't know what to do. Like, oh my God, help. Since she's a doctor. But like, he meant a lot to me and I just really wanted him to be better. And he didn't look like he was getting better, he looked worse. So I was worried, sick. So I really care and I love a lot. And I was hurt by a lot of people who I love a lot. So it just really built that exterior.
So, as an adult,
Yeah.
will you have an independent relationship with your birth mom? Do you plan to? All right, think about that question.
I want to have a relationship with my sister.
Your birth
My
sister.
sister Ruth Ann means the world to me, even though like she doesn't genuinely know that.
That's your
She's-
birth mom's daughter.
Yeah, I've never said anything about her. I literally tell everybody that I love her. That's my literal heart. But like, I don't think I've conveyed that to her, so she's very unaware. And she used to look up to me as a child, and then like we stopped communicating. So it's kind of like she's built up a wall towards me too, in a sense. So I'm just trying to break that down and get back my sister.
Okay, good. So, to be determined.
To be
All right. Let's see if you choose to have a relationship. If you do, you do.
I'll just
And
give
if
her
you,
time.
Yeah, give you both. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
All right.